Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we make sense of the money secrets companies try to hide. Today we're looking at the Joint Corp, a company that deals with chiropractic services, and boy do they have a story to tell about a key executive's exit. So what's going on here is that the Joint Corp is filing a report mostly about a separation agreement they made with their former chief financial officer, Mr. Singleton. This is a pretty standard thing for companies to report when an executive leaves, especially the CFO who handles the money, but it can give us a peek into how they say goodbye and what it cost them. The Joint Corp itself is a pretty interesting company. They operate chiropractic clinics across the US, aiming to make chiropractic care more accessible and affordable. Think of them as a franchise model for chiropractors. They've been around for a while and are publicly traded, which means they have to file these reports with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, to keep investors informed. This filing, a Form 8K, is like a special announcement for important unexpected events. In this case, the big event is this separation agreement. While the report states Mr. Singleton's role as CFO ended back in June, the paperwork and the agreement itself were finalized and reported on August 22nd of 2025. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this separation agreement. It's a formal contract between the Joint Corp and Mr. Singleton. What's in it? Well, it's basically a deal where the company agrees to pay Mr. Singleton certain benefits, and in return he agrees to not sue the company for anything that happened during his tenure. This is super common. It's called a general release of claims. It's like saying, okay, we're parting ways, here's your package, and you promise not to come back later with a lawsuit. The company is going to pay Mr. Singleton some money, but only if he doesn't change his mind within a certain period called the revocation period. So he has a little window to think it over. If he goes ahead with it, the Joint Corp will give him 6 months of his base salary, a payment for unused time off, which is quite a specific amount, 36,190 trade of $0.99, and an extra cash payment of $15,000. On top of the cash, if Mr. Singleton chooses to continue his health insurance through the company plan under something called HOBRA, the Joint Corp will cover the cost for up to 6 months. COBRA is a US law that lets you keep your health insurance from a previous job for a limited time, which can be really expensive. So this is a nice perk. They also mention a payment for accrued expenses, which basically means any money he might have spent on behalf of the company that he's due to be reimbursed for. Now, about any stock options or shares Mr. Singleton might have had, the agreement clarifies that these will be handled according to his existing agreements. Importantly, it says that his stock awards won't get any special fast tracking for vesting just because he's leaving. So he only gets what he was already entitled to based on the original terms. This means the company isn't giving him any extra stock bonuses as part of his departure package. Just to give you some context about the Joint Corp stock, their common stock is what most people own when they invest in the company. It trades on the Nasdaq Capital Market, a well-known stock exchange. This means their shares are actively bought and sold by investors, and these filings are crucial for keeping those investors informed about what's happening behind the scenes. And who signed off on this report? It's Sanjeev Razdan, who holds the position of President and Chief Executive Officer. This tells us the top leadership is aware of and approving these executive departure packages. So what's the big takeaway here? The Joint Corp is managing an executive transition in a fairly standard way. They're providing a typical severance package for their former CFO, including salary continuation, unused vacation pay, and health insurance. The absence of accelerated vesting on his stock awards suggests the company is sticking to its original incentive plans. From a financial perspective, while we don't have the full financial statements analyzed here, these severance payments are a cost to the company. For 6 months of salary, depending on what his actual salary was, this could be a significant one-time expense. However, it's generally seen as a necessary cost to ensure a smooth departure and to avoid potential legal disputes. In the grand scheme of a public company's operations, these types of payouts are usually manageable, but they do eat into profits for the period they are recognized. It signals stability in their process for handling executive changes, but the true impact on their financials will be seen in their broader financial reports. We need to see how these payouts affect their overall profitability and cash flow in the next earnings reports. What's your take on executive severance packages? Are they a fair reward for service or an unnecessary cost? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more insights into corporate filings, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for regular updates. Also, we have a fantastic community over on Discord where we dive deeper into these topics. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.